What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. Reserved for the best. It's super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at @6th_element_comic. We do live auctions, live claim sales. I rock with Tooth and Claw, hit animated television series. The Scotty Young joint, blowing up fast. X-23. So this is dope, man. All right, so this is beautiful. There it is, guys. How y'all doing, man? This is Sixth Element of Hip Hop. I am Reno Noir, and this is your co-host,
Stu Dog.
Salute to the chat room. We got Diamond Onyx always in the chat saying what's up. Salute to Diamond Onyx as well. And the whole Full Blast tribe, the comic dudes. And big shout out to the Madmen of Comics. Oh, shout out Corey Adger in the building as well. So
Adger, salute.
Yes. Big shout out to the Madmen of Comics. That is my Instagram crew, my commandants, my homeboys. Brandon in the chat. What up, Brandon? You know, we get together, we get on there on Instagram, and we sell comic books and have fun, but we do it with love, man. We like to give, and we like to support our family, you know, our comic family, I should say, and spread love through comics. You know, we're not one of these guys that are just out there flipping books, hustling, trying to get money. What we want to do is bring comics to new collectors. We want to bring comics to old collectors. We want everybody, the whole spectrum, to be able to enjoy comic books. And one of the ways we're doing that right now is we've got the biggest promotion, the biggest giveaway, the biggest prize ever to grace Instagram comic books, and that is a fact. And I will tell you exactly what that's about. Let me put my phone on mute here because people blowing me up like crazy. So what it is, stop it. So what it is we've got
that's that dirty money.
You already know.
Dirty money, man.
It's all good. It's all clean money. It's all comic book love. So what we're doing is December 4th. All right, Jay-Z's birthday. Just you know, coincidentally. Coincidentally.
Why we couldn't do it on like Nas' birthday or something?
It was a coincidence. I'm not sure why the crew ended up choosing December 4th, but I was doing a flyer the other day, and I thought I was putting a song up there, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta put Jay-Z December 4th from the Black album. But
See,
yeah,
that's why. As long as we don't do it when the Black album was released or anything like that.
So what we do is on December 4th, we got a prize wheel. All right, so here's the gift. All right, what it is, it's a short box full of comics. So for those new to comics, that is one of these big boxes you see here on my floor, the big long white carton joints right there. They fit about 150 plus comics. We're giving one of those away, full of premium books. No dollar bin crap, no whack comics, signed books, virgin variants, all premium comics. The value is it's almost about $1,500 right now. It's steady growing. People are donating to it, adding to it. On top of the short box, you also get 5 slabbed comics and 5 custom comic stands made by Malverde Designs. Shout out Malverde. Check him out on Instagram too. Malverde Designs. He makes these beautiful little comic stands with the name, like the logo. He'll get the logo of, like, say, a Wolverine, and he'll get the font and match it exactly and make a little solid plastic stand that you can set your comics in, or your slabs or whatever. It's beautiful. So there's going to be like 6 or 7 of those in there. This thing is huge right now. It's growing, and this prize is amazingly big. Now, what makes it also so crazy is not only is the prize huge, but what makes it one of a kind is it's free. We are not selling spots on a raffle. You don't have to pay $200-300 for a spot to win it. You don't have to pay $1 to win it. All you do is be a customer of Madmen of Comics, myself or the other 7 guys, and you spend at least $50 on comics with us, and that gets you a free spot on the wheel. Every time you spend $50 on comics with us, you get another free spot on the wheel. So you're buying comics for your 50 bucks. You're not getting a spot on the wheel for 50 bucks. You're buying comics just like you normally do. And every time you spend 50, we put your name on the wheel. The reason that we do that is just because we wanted this gift to go to good customers. And so, if you spend at least 50 bucks, you're a good customer. So that's it. As long as you're a customer, you can win this prize. Everyone is equally, has an equal shot. Whether you're a brand new customer and you just spent your first 50 bucks with us, or you're a veteran customer and I got guys right now with 6 spots on the wheel. I mean, they just
Mm.
spend a lot of money with us. And you don't have to spend 50 bucks in one shot, like one live session. You could build it up between now and December 3rd. So you spend 10 with me tonight, you spend 10 with me the next night, and do that 5 times, you got 50 bucks. Any way you want to do it, as long as you spend 50 with one of us individually, you get a free spot on the wheel. So now that that's out of the way, I just want everybody to know that's what's going on Instagram. We are giving stuff away, and we it's a big Christmas extravaganza. We love the community, and we wanted to give back, in the way that they've given to us. So that's that. Now, Stu Dog,
Yes, sir.
you brought to my attention some new films that we can check out the trailers for.
Oh, yes, sir. Disney did their Premiere Plus release this weekend, where they gave us the lineup for I guess, the forthcoming year, and what you gonna get as far as your money's worth on Disney Plus. Sort of like your comic book, the comic book raffle you got going.
Mm-hmm.
Disney showing you, for your $70 for the year now, this is what we're gonna give you. So we got what, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Echo. A lot of people don't know who Echo is, but we'll get into that. We'll get into all that and all that.
Was there an Echo
Um,
trailer? I didn't see that.
no, they just showed it.
Okay.
Agatha Harkness. Agatha
Oh yeah,
Harkness.
Harkness. Yeah.
What else was on there?
The one I'm most excited for is X-Men 97.
Yeah, the X-Men 97. Now we only saw the Marvel lineup. We didn't They didn't do nothing with Star Wars or anything like that. It was just, we got Kamala Khan,
And we know for
Riri
Star Wars,
Williams.
we got Boba Fett coming out. We got the Acolyte is coming. There's a lot of good stuff for Star Wars too. Yeah, but that X-Men 97, man, like that was a lot of our childhoods. A lot of us collectors, man, when we were kids, we watched the X-Men animated series growing up. I was a little bit older, because it was in the 90s, but it made me
And no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah,
oh,
the
no,
90s. It was dope.
it made me a fan, like an X-Men fan. Like that's one of the things that made X-Men, is my favorite thing. Wolverine, my favorite character, Cable, like that's my favorite stuff. And X-Men the animated series is largely an inspiration for that. The
Okay.
yeah, the show uh went on in the 90s, and it was very much loyal to the source material. It was pretty much they went from comic to show, nothing in between. No, they didn't change stuff. They didn't, make it some, to appease the new generation. They just kept it a buck. And, X-Men is already about diversity. It's already about, you know what I'm saying? It's already about individuality and inclusivity and equality. That's what X-Men is about. So I'm just worried that these woke hipster writers that are flooding the medium today are gonna ruin it. They're gonna turn it into some woke SJW. It's like, come on, the thing is already what it is. Stick to the source material. That's what made it great. That's what made the show so successful. That's why everybody loves that show. And whether they know it or not, is because the comics are great stories. That's why they're popular. I mean, that's like, come on, that's why you want to make a movie about it. So why not stick to it? Why not
Right,
stay?
right.
You know
No,
what I
they
mean?
even had Morph. They even had Morph on the show.
Yeah.
You gotta be a straight comic book head to know about Morph.
Word.
You
He was
know,
like one of the first
and
episodes. Might have been the first
yeah,
episode. Yeah.
yeah. And it literally followed. I mean, well, not closely, but I can, just let's just say it followed the comic because Morph dies, and
Yeah.
that was like one of Wolverine's. Him and Wolverine was tight. It's
Mhm.
like one of Wolverine's best buddies, man. That's like,
Yeah. No,
yeah,
you had the Apocalypse Saga, you had what? Like Days of Future Past, you had Cable came up in
yeah.
there.
You had Havoc was on the show. Yeah, Havoc on there. They did his little saga.
Mhm.
They did
Yeah,
it all,
even
man.
even, Scott Summers, pops,
Oh, the pirate guy.
pirate guy,
Uh,
right,
yeah.
uh, shit, now it's slipped my mind. You said pirate guy, what is his name? K
I forget his name. Hang on.
starts with a C. Um,
Captain Crunch.
yes, I feel you on that about the X-Men cartoon. What did you think of about the anime X-Men? I dug it. A lot of people didn't like it. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh, the Japanese anime. Yeah,
Loved
I
it.
thought it was good. Yeah, I thought it was good. It was decent.
I loved it. I
Yeah,
loved it because I love anime and I love X-Men. Like, come on, it was good.
right.
I
I can.
mean,
Yeah, I can't say nothing bad about the
there's nothing bad about
X
it.
Men the anime. Yeah, I can't say anything bad about it. I only got good things to say. I liked it. I like Blade. I thought Blade was good. I thought Iron Man was good. I thought all
Blade
of the.
was phenomenal. The only one that I had that I kind of at first I was like, "Oh man," was the Wolverine one because they completely changed his look,
Oh
his
yeah,
whole different
yeah,
character.
yeah.
But
I can
it
agree with you
was
on that.
still a good show. It was still a good movie. Like it still had a great story. Of course, the animation was great and the art style was phenomenal. Like it still had a good story. It still is one of my favorite animes. I still loved it. But at first, when I first saw it, I was like, "Who's this guy? That's not Wolverine. This guy's got a mullet. What's going on here?" But
Nah, you're right because it was just the way they drew it. But I think that they drew it to appeal more towards the Japanese audience.
sure, yeah, it's an anime
Whereas,
version,
right,
right?
it was like their version of the American,
But
you know.
the Wolverine in the X-Men animated, anime was dope. Like, the way
No,
they
that was
did it,
straight. Yeah, yeah, they draw. Yeah,
hella cool,
yeah,
like, right from the comics, man, and I love that. I'm still waiting. It's like, but this X-Men 97, man, it's like when I heard it first when I heard about it, I was like, "Yeah," and then I was like, "Ah, they might ruin my favorite shit in the world, man, like, come on, B, I don't." We've been inundated lately with bad reboots and remakes and, you
yeah.
know you know,
We
and
really have.
and then, what they're doing now, like, this is Disney, remember? I mean, this is the same people that, they got Lucasfilms talking about, we hired writers that were not Star Wars fans because we wanted something fresh. Why would you have someone write Star Wars who's not a fan? That's just stupid. It's ill-advised. It's not a wise decision. Corey
Right.
Adger says, "Diamond was good, hollering at Diamond Onyx." And Spiderweb said, "I liked a Batman animated and anime version." I like DC's animation is phenomenal. But Batman the animated series from the what was it, late early 90s, man,
Early '90s. Yeah,
that was great. And
that
the like
was
yeah.
like that whole series was just phenomenal, bro. Like the way it was drawn. Yeah, the way it was dark.
Yeah,
I watched the making of. They drew it on dark paper just to make it seem more gothic and dark.
nice.
Um, it was just man, it was just great, man. I can't. I missed that. I mean, I own them all on DVD. On DVD, I bought the
Oh,
whole
word?
saga. Yeah, I bought them all. I got them all. I own
That's
every
dope.
last one.
Yeah,
I
I would
own
love to
every
see that.
last one.
I would
Yeah,
love to
bro.
see that.
Yeah. And they stuck to the store source material on that as well because they
Yes,
went through Batman's whole road gallery on that. I mean, you
yes,
had the Man Bat, you had Mr.
word.
Freeze, Scarecrow, Jervis Tech. You know, of course they couldn't do some of the hardcore ones like Zaz. They did Clayface.
Yeah, Clay, yeah,
I
mhm.
mean Zaz,
Yeah,
Zaz.
I think they
Yeah,
even did the
they did
ventriloquist
Race. They did
Scarface.
the ventriloquist, Scarface. They
Yeah,
did Race. They did Ra's al Ghul. Oh
mhm.
nah, bro, it was that was phenomenal. But the X Men '97, same thing, phenomenal, bro.
Same thing, all the best characters,
Yeah, it came
it's
on
like
Sunday mornings. It was great.
yeah, bro, that was, definitely one of the best things out there, still to this day. It I can't say it holds up super well because the animation is so bad, like, it was almost like stop motion, like, it was pretty bad, but in
For
it
what, the X Men?
yeah, but in a charming
You
way.
think?
Oh, yeah, if
Think
you watch it again, if you haven't seen it in a while, watch it again. It's, the animation is really kinda choppy, it wasn't the best, but you didn't notice, you didn't care because the voice acting was phenomenal, the art style itself, the drawings, everything was great, and the stories were perfect. I mean, it was just Corey Adler said it was, yeah. I mean, look, to me, that didn't take from it because again, I didn't notice back then, but I'm just saying now watching it again, it didn't I'm like, "Oh, okay, well," you know, um, I think the best animations also had the best action figures, Spider-Web says, and there's something to be said about that too because you had G.I. Joe was the best, they had the
G.I.
best
Joe's, they had a good cartoon.
Transformers,
Yeah,
yeah,
Transformers, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, My Little Pony. Yeah, they had it all, man.
yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot you were a
yeah,
brony, that's right.
yeah, man. Listen, Rainbow Bright,
Yeah.
good cartoons, man. The Care Bears.
Care Bears, stare.
Yeah,
I had a little sister, so I know what, strawberry shortcake they had. Uh,
really.
yeah, they had,
Okay, really. Yeah. I mean, listen, we don't judge on this channel. You know what I mean? To each
we
their
don't
own.
judge. Geez,
To each their own. To each their own, man. If that's
absolutely.
what you into, that's what you into.
That's the kinda stuff you
Mhm.
like, we don't knock it.
Yeah, that's what you. Yeah, we don't knock it. We don't judge at all. Uh,
But,
Yeah, strawberry shortcake. Well, no, I don't know. Did Jim ever have a toy line? Because that was actually a
yeah,
pretty
the
good. That was
gem,
actually a
yeah,
pretty.
wasn't that a
That was
band? They
actually
were a
pretty.
band?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were like a rock band.
yeah, my sister
Right.
yeah, and I believe they did have toys because she had the little toys for that, yeah. And my sister's, like, 3 years younger than me, so she had all the same, like, '80s toys and stuff. She had all the '80s girls' toys, I had all the '80s boys' toys. I mean, forget about it. Everything that was out there, we had that shit. That was our shit. Like G.I. Joe, I had all the G.I. Joe stuff. I didn't get into Transformers, though. That's one thing I
I
never got into.
did, man. I love Transformers, man. I thought they were.
The show was cool,
Well,
but I
for
never
me,
started
the
buying the
show was
toys. It
cool. Yeah,
was too
the
heavy
toys.
into
I
G.I.
used to think. I just thought the toys were really, really innovative, man. Like
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. I love making them transform, and thought
Mhm.
that was just really cool, man. You could change a robot into a car and vice versa.
I
Thought they
really
were
wish it
cool.
would've made the noise, though. That "walk, walk, walk, walk,
Oh, that
walk,
was
walk,
dope.
walk,
Yeah, that
walk."
was
That
what.
noise, that was
I
awesome.
lost my mind. If they did that.
Man,
Only thing
that
I can say I like better now is like when you would have them on the box, they would draw them a certain way on the box, and
right.
then when you got the toy, it didn't quite look as good as the
Right,
the art. Yeah, like the art.
right,
But
right.
now when you buy them, they look as good as the art that's on the box.
Yeah, yeah. No, when I
Exactly.
with the G.I. Joe, with the 3.75 inch, not the 12-inch G.I. Joes, that was like the Barbies. That was before my time. That was like my
Right.
dad's, era. But, I didn't I look at them now, like, looking at the old G.I. Joes now, they had these massive heads, horrible face sculpts, they were just really I had no idea, like, back then, I didn't know that, like,
No, we didn't pay attention to the detail.
but they remade them now, and they've got, proportionate see, I've got some of the new this is, like, the new 375 ones, and this is in my memory how they looked, but if you look at them,
For the
but
the original, nah,
yeah,
they didn't look that good. Yeah.
but if you look at them, the head's, like, twice this size, yeah, it just didn't have the detail, definitely no articulate, the articulation is still there for the most part, but, yeah, I mean, they got better, but X-Men, the animated series, I'm really hoping that, Star Wars, not so much. The toys for Star Wars, I had most of them too. I had the Millennium Falcon, I had Jabba the Hutt. I remember I had all the little if I still had that stuff now, that stuff's worth a fortune. A fortune. If you guys but they had
Mm,
no they
mm,
had they
mm.
did the elbows didn't even move or the knees. That was the difference between them and G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe,
Yeah.
you had hip swivel, you had, knees,
Yeah, arm swivel.
the
Yeah.
elbow, the forearm twisted around. There was all kinds of shit,
Yeah, you
especially at
did.
the
Yeah.
version 2. But
Yeah, Star Wars,
Star Wars, it was
He-Man.
all they had
Yeah,
was
He-Man.
shoulder
Yeah.
and
That's
hip.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, He-Man was the same thing. He-Man just gave
yeah,
you,
same thing.
yeah, they twisted at the hip. Their legs moved a little bit, and it was just straight up and down with their arms. They were just,
Yeah, they were more dolls to me. Like that's He-Man was more. I still had them, as a kid, but it was more like I think my older cousins had more of the He-Man stuff, because that
Okay.
was more of the early '90s. TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys. I did catch the tail end of that. I was kind of getting older at that point, but I did catch the tail end of that. I had a couple of those too.
Yeah,
And
they
they
weren't as articulate, but they
no,
were
they were
good.
like
They were good toys.
they were
They were
similar
good
to
toys.
He-Man
They
as
were really
far as
good
the
toys. Yeah.
articulation, but they were cool. They were cool. But none of it looks like you remember. I look at them
No.
now and it's like, that's not what I remember. Like, to me, they looked so much better. But, but yeah, man, I'm nervous. I'm real nervous about X-Men '97, because like I said, you've got one of my favorite, all-time, media, shows, and I'm just worried they're gonna ruin it because I mean, look what Fox did with the X-Men. Like that was like when those movies came out, like we were all so hyped. We were like, "Yeah, there's X-Men movies," and we tried to like them. Like we really watched them and we pretended to love them. And it's like when you look back, it's like, man, those really sucked. And I knew it then too. Like even then, when I was trying to like them, I was like, it's just not. It's not what I wanted it to be. But hell, it's the first. It's the only thing we got. So I still was like, yeah, but looking back, man, they got better when they started doing the First Class and stuff, like the throwback X-Men movies. Those were good until they got to the end of the contract and realized it was over, and they did the Dark Phoenix crap and ruined it in that atrocious Apocalypse movie where they had Apocalypse looking like a Power Rangers villain. It was horrible. But I can't wait to see what they do with it though. At the same time, I'm nervous, but I think it's gonna be great. I'm hoping out. I'm holding out hope for it to be good.
Yeah, I hope it'd be good too, man. Um, Echo. I wanted to talk about Echo. A lot of people are not gonna really know who Echo is, but Echo is actually the daughter of Kingpin.
Is that right?
Um, yes, she was trained as an assassin, and she finally realized what kind of person Kingpin really was, and then she turned on him.
Oh yeah, she's got the hand paint. Dude, Echo is beast. She kind of reminds me of Jennifer Blood. She's like I think she's Native American. She's deaf. She's disabled. She's deaf. That's why her name's Echo, I guess. She got the white handprint that covers most of her
Yep,
face. She's the adopted daughter of Kingpin,
she's
so she's
of
Native.
Kingpin.
She's
Yeah.
Native American.
Yep.
So she's Native American and deaf. So it's a no-brainer that Marvel Studios was gonna do this character. And it's like I tell people, look out for the characters that are people of color, have disabilities, uh, gay, um, all of that, all of those type of characters. If you're trying to figure out what comics are gonna be valuable or what they're gonna use, what characters are gonna be in the movies, those are your go-tos because it's about time that characters of non-white male demographic are put to the forefront, are put in the limelight, you know what I mean? Because obviously some of the best characters and writers out there. And so Echo, man, I can't wait. That's gonna be fly. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Go out, hit that like button, man. And if you don't like it, hit the dislike button 2 times.
If you yeah, stay true around here, stay true around. So
Wait, true.
yeah, another thing I found out, not to go off subject, was I finally found out what the deal was between Marvel, Universal, and the Hulk. I finally found out what the deal was.
Mm.
It's kind of, how can I put it? For the fans, it's kind of a letdown because we should have had at least two more Hulk movies in between the Ang Lee Hulk movie that came out. What was that, like 03, 02? That came out, and
Yeah.
we never, because the deal Marvel had with them was like every other deal. You have to make a movie every so often, or the
Mhm.
rights revert back to Marvel. Um,
Mm.
what wound up happening was Universal um didn't make a Hulk movie when they were supposed to, but there was a loophole that kept them the rights to the Hulk. And then they went to the table and renegotiated with Marvel. So Marvel let them keep it, but they let Universal keep the rights to say yes or no to
Uh-huh.
a solo Hulk movie if Marvel did it, or anybody else for that matter.
Right.
So Marvel can do a Hulk movie, but if they do, Universal has the first yay or nay in the whole process. So they can say, well, we don't like the story, we don't think it's, but they both retain rights to the Hulk. Now, as far as Marvel, when they made the deal, Marvel's like, look, we want the Hulk to be in these movies. And Universal's like, sure, he can do it as long as he's in there with somebody else. Like, as long as it's just not just the Hulk. And
Right.
so
Right. He
Marvel
can't
was like, right, he can't just be,
be
he
the
can't
character. It
the
can't be him.
star, right, the main character. Right? He has to be a supporting character. So
Hmm.
Marvel agreed to that. And then they also, Universal agreed to that. And then Marvel agreed to let them have um, the first thumbs up or thumbs down for a solo Hulk movie. And that's the reason why we've never gotten another solo Hulk movie because Universal keeps saying thumbs down to everything else. I don't know
Right.
what they're waiting on or what they want as far as a Hulk movie is concerned, but whatever it is, they need to give it a thumbs up because sooner or later they're gonna have to. We keep asking for a Hulk movie, but just never get one.
Right. Yeah, and it's a shame too because there's so much they could do with that character. I mean, they could make there's some of the dopest stories, man. Some of the coolest stuff out there is is Hulk. Is Hulk based is from Hulk, you know, Hulk stories, Hulk comics.
Right,
Um but speaking of Hulk, um She-Hulk has a new movie or show rather that's coming out, and we've got I'm trying to get it up here. We've got the trailer, so we want to show you guys real quick, and hopefully, YouTube BoobTube won't for some reason block us because everyone else shows the damn thing. Why can't we? But here we go. Here we go. She-Hulk. Check
roll
this
the
out,
thing,
guys. Check this out.
roll the thing.
I'm Jennifer Walters. I'm a normal lawyer. Well, not that normal.
These transformations are triggered by anger and fear.
Don't make me angry.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Oh, she said it. She said you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. So you know it's Hulk. Yo, that's pretty badass.
That is.
Oh, it looks
They
like
pay homage. They pay homage all the way around on that one. What was that? Mark Ruffalo. He was dressed like the original like David Banner. He was dressed like David Banner.
yeah, no, they had the MCU Hulk was in there. You saw him.
Mhm. Now there's a little bit of history behind that. Um, when we know his name is Bruce, but in the original TV show, the television studio changed his name from Bruce
David
to
Banner.
David because they thought it was too gay.
Too
They thought
gay,
they,
yeah. Too
they thought the
sissy.
name Bruce was too gay. They did.
Yeah.
They literally
You
thought the
ever
name
heard of
Bruce was.
Bruce Lee, dummy?
Yeah, they
Bruce?
thought the
Like
name
Bruce
Bruce
is the
was
most
too gay.
I don't know,
Right.
I
They
think
thought it
of Bruce
wasn't.
like
They thought it wasn't
Bruce.
manly enough. Yeah, they
Yeah,
thought
they
the
think
name Bruce wasn't manly enough. So they
Brucey,
changed it.
Bruce,
Right.
Bruce, I am Bruce. Nah, that shit
So
is
they
Bruce
changed it
Lee,
to
dude.
David.
Bruce Willis. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
but yeah,
Because in that
David.
last sequence, when she said you wouldn't like me when I'm angry, they had on. You see their '70s hookups,
Yes.
and we all know Marvel likes to go take you on a mental trip or whatever. So that might be a sequence where they're in her head and trying to get her to control. Because the one thing about She-Hulk is, um, she didn't get her powers like Bruce got his powers. She got her powers
Right.
through blood transfusion.
Right.
She's a very good lawyer. She got caught up with some stuff with her lawyerism. Guy shot her up. Bruce saved her. He gave her blood transfusion, and but through that blood transfusion, she was able to change into She-Hulk. Now, there's to her and her cousin is that when she turns into She-Hulk, she really stays She-Hulk all the time, and
Right.
she likes it. She's able to control it. She doesn't get out of range. It's literally just her changing into She-Hulk. It's like what Bruce Banner wants, his mind in the Hulk's body, and she can change back at will. But normally, once she changes, she stays She-Hulk, and she loves it.
Right. Right. And it kind of made me. I was a little bit like, okay, so she's gonna go into a courtroom green, like a green, but that's she used to practice. She practiced
She
her
practices law like that. Yeah,
law, yeah, as the She-Hulk. So it's pretty cool if they do. I hope that they do because that's what the comics did. Let's keep it. Let's stick to the source material. Um,
yeah. Get 10 episodes. We'll get 10 episodes. 2022. I don't
yeah.
know when in 2022.
Yeah, they didn't. They don't say, but there was a lot more to that trailer. Maybe we'll circle back to that because they.
In the beginning when she was doing yoga, that's another homage to the comic books. She-Hulk, she does yoga. She does a lot of like mental um exercises and things to strengthen her mental capacity so
Kegels,
that right, so she can control
her
She-Hulk
Kegels.
because yes, because she's She-Hulk 90% of the time. She's
Yeah,
uh she's She-Hulk. So
her Kegels are
you know,
insane.
yes. So she wants to, that right there is homage to the comics. The end part where she said, "You don't like me when I'm angry." That's paying homage to the '70s show, but they were also dressed in '70s clothing. You
Right.
see, Rufio had the blue shirt and the blue jean shirt with the blue jeans, and he's standing
Mm-hmm.
next to her. That's all '70s homage. So we might have an instance where they get into her head and they go back in time or something. I don't know, but we got to see.
Right. And yeah, and shout out to Spider Web. He says, at least She-Hulk is cheaper than Hulk. I think he means the clothes. She doesn't tear so many outfits when she transforms.
Nah, she usually has on a leotard or something. She likes to wear,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
she can do that a little better. She can
Yes.
do that a little better. Uh, so okay, so let's do all right, real quick. Let's do the all right, so the next show, one of the other shows that I'm mad excited for, like the character, the actor that's playing him, what I see so far in the trailers, the violence, the brutality. I think this is gonna be up there with the Daredevil show. Like it's gonna be well received. I'm gonna love it. I think it's fucking great. Moon Knight is looking phenomenal. Let's peep the little Moon Knight teaser trailer real quick here. It's fast. Here we go.
I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
The voice in your head. It devours you.
Boom.
So is that going to be Mark Spector?
That's Mark Spector, and the actor that plays him is great. He was Poe Dameron in Star Wars. Not my
Star Wars.
favorite show, not my favorite Star Wars or character, but great actor. He did one of my favorite movies, Sucker Punch. He was the sort of the villain in that movie. But yeah, dude, that looks great, dude. He's got like the innocent British accent type of thing going on, and then then they show him just like beating a man to death, and then it's gonna be great. So for those who don't know, Moon Knight is a schizophrenic, split personality having superhero. So again, there you go. This is a mental disability character. I mean, it's easy to figure who they're gonna put on when they do, but that's something that Marvel's known for. I mean, their characters have always had some disability or some uh speed bump or I mean, like Spider-Man's dirt poor, he struggles to pay the rent.
Yeah,
Like
right. Yeah.
they always have a big problem that they have to deal with on a daily.
Right.
And that's how
Uh,
Marvel. That's what Marvel
Moon
did.
Knight, yeah, because Moon Knight fits the key. Because Mark Spector has he has different identities. Like he kind of
That's what I
blacks
was
out.
just saying.
Yeah, he kind of blacks out, and those other identities take
He's got
over.
split
Um,
personality. He's schizophrenic. So he.
Now in the comics, if you look at that trailer, some of that paid homage to the comics. You had the Moon Knight with the suit. He had the and then there's the one at the end where he had the bag in his hand. We don't know if that's the whole costume or what, but we do know that there's different realities for Mark Spector when it comes to his identities. Because he's a former Marine, CIA operative. He was a boxer. His father was a rabbi, and he went against his father's wishes, joined Marines, became a boxer, and did everything
Mhm.
that he wasn't supposed to do. And it all takes place around what, World War II or something like that. When
No, I don't think
the Third
so.
Reich, is it the Third Reich or something like that?
No, I
I'll
don't
have
think
to
so. I
give me a
think it's
second.
pretty much modern. Um,
Because the original came out in what, 75. So yeah, they might have took it back for a little bit. They might have took it back.
yeah, no, he was an 80s character, big in the 80s, and this kind of stuff kind of took place in the 80s. He rocked with Spider-Man a lot. So, he was up there in New York. One of the Marvel Knight kind of guys, with Daredevil and Spider-Man and all
Daredevil,
of
yeah,
those.
Spider Man. But then
You know,
that's why I was talking about Echo, because that kind of flows into Echo storyline.
no, exactly.
Daredevil, yeah, because you got Daredevil, Moon Knight, Echo, Spider Man. They all kind of flow together.
Right, because what they do is for the shows, they use the what we call street level heroes, and the movies are your cosmic heroes and your upper echelon, top tier uh powers and heroes, your magic characters and stuff like that. But the shows are your street level heroes, meaning basically vigilantes with masks, like guys that just dress up in, a mask and a costume and go out at night and kick ass like Batman. Moon Knight's often been called Marvel's Batman, but he's very different.
It's
Um,
very different,
but
yeah.
he's very similar. He's got a lot of similarities. There's
Well,
definitely a lot of
he's
similarities.
not rich. He's not rich. So I can tell you that. And he's not
No,
a
he is
playboy.
rich.
He's
He
not a
is rich.
playboy.
He is
Well, he's
rich.
not. Well, he's not. He's rich, but not a billionaire playboy. He's not a billionaire playboy. He's just different, man. I can
Yeah.
see. Well, this is how I can see you can play. He can, like, he doesn't have any powers, but he can take on somebody with powers.
Well,
Like Batman
his
doesn't have any
powers
powers.
is he's faster, than Spider-Man,
Yes,
may have possessed some level of enhanced strength even before Doctor Strange's mystical enchantments, uh, so he's got, like, accelerated healing, possibly based around his disorder, and, what else? Of course, then he's exceptional athlete and acrobat and combatant, skilled in various weapons and martial arts, capable of shattering brickwork with one blow. He's skilled enough to defeat Spider-Man, Kitty Pryde, who'd been combat trained by Wolverine in single combat and kidnapped the former with ease. But he's also has his fingerprints burned off, which make him, hard to identify. And unlike most dissociative identity disorder sufferers, Spectre's persona are aware of each other and their actions,
yes,
and they're
yeah,
able
what they
to
do.
fracture Spectre's mind further to create a new persona when necessary, even kill one another, to retain control. And they usually cooperate to achieve shared goals despite differing viewpoints, although they can overpower one another. When Moon Knight has twice been rendered deeply unconscious or comatose by severe injuries, the others remained active in his mindscape and proved capable for him, for reviving him. His physical strength, he's peak human, later mystically enhanced by Doctor Strange. So he was what we call peak human, like a Daredevil, characters that don't technically have a superpower, but they're definitely stronger than anyone you know. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. but he was also mystically enhanced by Doctor Strange to have super strength and stuff like that, which may or may not wear off or have worn off. But dude is nasty, bro. He's got the
Oh yeah.
cabinet in Stephen Grant's office with he's got his white batons, his short spear, his sword, his axe, right? At least 5 little moon blades, like shuriken deals. He
Like
uses high,
batarangs.
yeah, like batarang, exactly. And he
And you
uses
got moonarangs.
right. Yes, moonarangs. But he uses high carbon steel alloy crescent shaped throwing darts, and then like his staff, he's got like spear in it, all that kind of stuff. So dude is fun to watch, man. He's fun to watch, kick ass. And I think that they've already done a lot of great shit right now with the show. It looks phenomenal. But yeah, he was an ex-Navy SEAL Marine who was a Gulf War super soldier. Experiment went wrong. So he was like Saddam, not Hitler. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't the 40s like World War II. He was Desert Storm, Gulf War. That was his era. So like what? That was the 90s, right?
For what?
He was a Gulf War super soldier experiment.
Yeah, that's 90s. Yeah, that's 90s.
Right. So he later worked for Roxxon under the name of Paladin until Roxxon fell apart. He seemed to have fragmented psyche or dissociative identity disorder that had developed at least 4 distinct personalities: Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, Moon Knight, and Inner Child, a young but precocious red-haired little girl, all of whom he would have conversations with inside his mind. He lived with a woman named Marlene, who was his girlfriend at the time, and she often complained about his different personalities and how she was never sure which one of him she was dealing with. Moon Knight attacked Spider-Man when he mistakenly believed that he had blown up a nearby building. This battle with Spider-Man put him at grudging odds with the younger hero in future encounters. Later, after videotaping Captain DeWolf in Chinatown as Stephen Grant, he went out as Moon Knight only to engage in the gang war waged by the Kingpin and the newcomer Hammerhead. During his battle with Spider-Man, Iron Fist, and Shang-Chi, he was impaled with a sai to the chest by the assassin Elektra. Right before falling out into a coma, he impaled Elektra with a moonblade into the back of her head before she could kill the Black Cat. Once he woke up, Moon Knight escaped from custody and engaged in another fight with the Punisher, Spider-Man, and Daredevil. After that battle, Daredevil invited Moon Knight to join the organization of superheroes with the goal of bringing down the Kingpin as part of Daredevil's team. He
Which,
adopted.
right. No, I'm saying, go ahead. I'm saying, which, like I said, leads into Echo.
Yeah,
And it's been confirmed that Marvel will be bringing back Daredevil, but with some changes to the
mhm,
suit and some other things. Also, Moon Knight also stays in his lane. Like he stays in his little part of town, and he fights the tracksuit gang.
right.
They're the guys that had the tracksuits,
Yeah,
and
the mafia.
yeah, the tracksuit mafia, and they talk real
Right.
funny.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
saw in the trailer, they were in the van, and they were leaning out. You see them leaning out the van with the tracksuits on.
Right. Which is obviously a sort of a satire of how mobsters wear tracksuits. Uh, gangsters, Sopranos type guys, they always wear like a little like a fila tracksuit or something. But he also adopted the identity of Ronin to infiltrate the Kingpin while acting as a double agent.
Yes.
As Ronin, which we know is Hawkeye, has also used the Ronin identity. But the Kingpin told Ronin to prove himself by retrieving Spider-Man. And Ronin drove a school bus into Midtown High School and started firing a gun to get Spider-Man to fight. Kitty Pryde, who had recently enrolled there as a student, confronted him but was knocked unconscious shortly before Spider-Man arrived. The two engaged in a brutal battle that was mirrored in a fight between Moon Knight and Ronin in his mind. Ronin knocked Spider-Man unconscious, and Moon Knight personality, the Moon Knight personality was seemingly killed. Ronin used Spider-Man's own web shooters to leave the high school and took him into the Kingpin, who threatened and gloated about his plans for the hero while held him in a secret basement level of the building. Iron Fist was revealed to have betrayed the team only to save his daughter. The Kingpin had learned through him what Ronan was working that Ronan was working for Daredevil, and kept that knowledge to himself until after Ronan captured Spider-Man. Now Ronan then was then present in the Kingpin's interrogation with an unmasked Spider-Man, and was then brutally beaten by Kingpin alongside Spider-Man. The Kingpin then ordered Ronan's execution. Kingpin's men took Ronan by a river and shot him in the head. However, he regained consciousness thanks to his multiple personalities, because if you don't kill them all, they can come back to, you know what I'm saying? So, and he survived with his Moon Knight personality. He went to the police and told them that the Kingpin attempted to murder him. This provided a big enough charge for the police to arrest Kingpin, and he attempted to flee the country. But Spectre had to reveal his secret identity for a charge to be placed, and the public hailed him a hero for his efforts. So that's kind of like where he is in the comics. That's who he is. That's stuff he's done, and that's kind of like, if you didn't know about the character or weren't excited, now you should be, because
He should be, yeah. He's dope, yeah.
Yeah,
and Marvel likes to dive into the psyches and all that. They love, but I think the public likes that type of stuff now, man. That's what
they
they
do.
want to
It's
see.
more interesting.
Yeah. So, and then even with Ronan, see that even what we got, the Hawkeye series, that delves deeply into him training. It was a Kate Bishop, and then she dons the Ronin costume in the comic series. And if you didn't read that Hawkeye series that they're basing this show off of, you have really missed some really good comic book
Doing comics, right?
Yes, you have really. If you don't ever read any other comics in the history of your life, read that series. It is phenomenal. That is a phenomenal story. Everything all right over there? Everything all right over there?
Show ass.
So looking at this Marvel Phase 4, you can see where it's going. They're probably going to give us a lot more. We're going to get some Daredevil, Spider-Man, a lot more. Hopefully, a decent Punisher. Hopefully, we're going to get Moon Knight. Like I said, Echo. It devolves into that. There's a lot of stories that I can tell. You can actually do. Maybe we'll get a new Luke Cage. Maybe we'll get a new what you call it on top of that.
Oh, he's bugging, bro. What you bugging out for like that, man? Come on, B. You wildin', B.
What is he doing, man?
He's hissing and snapping at me and shit.
He hissed? Are you serious?
Yeah, B. Like, what the fuck? He don't never. He's very docile. I don't know. Maybe
did you feed it? Did you feed him to death?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's just. Maybe I scared him. Maybe I woke him up or something. But anyway, sorry guys. Had to make sure he was all right. Zartan right there. That's Zartan. So, yeah. Now we've got one more trailer to show, and I want to talk because this is again one that's highly anticipated. Super big Star Wars fan right here, guys. So I can't wait to see the Obi-Wan show. But here goes the trailer.
There's a hunger for this character to come back. The fans have been waiting long enough,
Something that's extremely exciting is the return of obviously Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is quite a dark time that we're coming into with him. Just being a Jedi, it's not safe. There's Jedi hunters out there.
At least he has this one task left, which is to keep Luke safe.
That's definitely a starting place for our story. The interesting thing is going to be where it goes from there.
The most beautiful thing of all is that it's brought me back together with Hayden.
We are bringing back Hayden Christensen to reprise the role of Darth Vader. We couldn't tell the story of Obi-Wan Kenobi without addressing Anakin or Vader.
Have another swing at each other. It might be quite satisfying for everybody. We hope that you enjoy it as much as we enjoy making it.
Man, that looks crazy. I can't wait. I can't wait. That looks crazy. That right there, Book of Boba Fett, Knights of the Old Republic video game, and X-Men.
Bad Batch. Don't forget Bad Batch. Bad Batch.
No, I was saying these are my favorite. These are my favorite upcoming projects that I'm most excited for. Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, Knights of the Old Republic, and Moon Knight too, but X-Men 97.
I'm excited for it all. The Riri Williams. Ironheart. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Echo. I'm excited for Hawkeye. I'm excited for the whole thing, man. I just want to.
I'll watch it, but I'm not like mad excited for Riri Williams or She-Hulk or
I'm excited for She-Hulk too a little bit. Only one that doesn't really get me too stoked is the Agatha Harkness. I'm like, all right, because I'm trying to figure out where can you go with that.
Well, I think that it could be really good. They could go Darkhold, the Darkhold, the magic book. They could go, Doctor Strange type stuff. It could be all that like interdimensional, multiversal magic, all of that good stuff. So that could end up being a dope show. But I'm more excited for like Echo than I am She-Hulk or Ironheart, because I never read Ironheart or She-Hulk. I never knew. I don't know much about the. Did you read those? You read those comics?
Yeah, I read a lot of the Riri Williams and Ironheart. I read a couple issues. I didn't really stick with it too much.
Yeah, I thought that was more for kids.
I read I own maybe 4 issues of Ironheart. She-Hulk. Back in the 80s and 90s, I read a lot of She-Hulk. Not a lot, but I read enough. It was you know what? I can tell you it was pretty much reading a She-Hulk comic is pretty much almost like what they're trying to do with this show. They show her in the courtroom. She's going a little bit. It's not really. I don't know. It's not like the Hulk comics at all. It's the total opposite.
Yeah.
But they're good though. It was a good read. It was just something you wouldn't expect if you read it, and then you'd be like, huh? Because it was, you think Hulk, She-Hulk, but it's nothing like that, man. It's just nothing like it.
No, I never got into it, but I'm sure it'll be good. Like I'm sure the Riri's gonna be good. I'm sure they'll be good, and I'll watch them. But I guess I can't be excited for something I don't really know about. It's not like I'm not excited. It's not like I think it's gonna suck because I don't know about it. But I can't be excited about it if I don't know about it. Like I understand I know who the characters are and all of that, but I haven't read anything about them. Read any of their comics or anything like that.
Never. Pick up a She-Hulk comic, man.
Never.
Check it out.
I own some. I own a couple. I own some She-Hulk and some Ironheart, but just to have, but I haven't read them.
All right.
Didn't plan on reading them because I thought it was more. I thought it was for kids. Like the Riri is definitely more for like the new young generation. It's just like Kamala Khan. Like I'm not reading Kamala Khan either. Ms. Marvel. It's for kids. I mean, when I say kids, I mean teens, early 20s maybe. But nah, I mean, and nothing bad about Kamala Khan fans, but big rubber, big hands. Like I don't know, it's not that exciting of a power to me.
That's what we got.
That's what
we got. That's what we got.
We could do better. Yo, shout out Al Mega in the building. La Wepa.
Al Mega, what's your take on She-Hulk and Kamala Khan, man?
What up,
Let us know something, man. Yeah, let us know something in the chat.
She'll give you good hand, he says.
We agree with that. We agree with that.
Give you big giant hand.
She got a big hand. Big hand. Big hand. But I'm excited for the Marvel stuff coming out, man, and hopefully when we get the Mandalorian back, um, no more controversy, no more cancel culture, no none of that, none of that. We don't like this person because they said that, and
See, I
now
agree
all of a
with you.
sudden, what?
His opinion is
Oh, She-Hulk or Kamala?
I think he means what, She-Hulk and Riri or what we were talking about. And he says Shang-Chi was to business. Shang-Chi was the business. And I gotta see Eternals. I gotta see. Yeah, he said it was about both, about She-Hulk and yeah, they're not characters I got into or am interested in, but I still will watch it. I'm sure because it's Marvel just does good quality stuff usually, and so I don't think I've ever seen a Marvel thing that I hated. Um, Too bad. Um, I haven't watched Shang-Chi and I haven't watched Eternals. I'm about to watch Shang-Chi because now it's available uh in HD on Disney Plus, I believe. So, but Eternals I'm waiting because I don't want to watch it bootleg. And I literally went to the theater with my son to see it, and we literally stood there and we were like, eh, nah, I don't really want to sit in the theater for 2 hours watching that. Like, let's go do something else. And we did, and we walked away. So, but I do want to see it on on at home. So I definitely want to watch it when it comes out in HD. Comic Crusader says, "Bring me some White Tiger." Yes, yes, yes.
I can
Need me
go.
a
I could go
Latino.
for one time.
Yeah, we need some Latino or Latina, but no Latinx characters. Uh, on Alflix. Yeah, but yeah, man, we
White
yeah,
Tiger would be dope. To me, White Tiger would be like Blade. That's like it
yeah.
would be like that project. Like
Speaking of
it's
Blade,
a,
that's gonna be ill too. That's getting ready to come out, and apparently there's a Blade after credit scene on Eternals.
on Eternals.
Yeah.
Nah, I watched Eternals all the way to the end. It
Well,
was
you saw
nothing.
the after credit scene, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The voice you hear is Mahershala Ali. It's Blade.
Oh, that's Blade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Eternals was decent, man. Wasn't bad. I don't know why everybody keeps ragging on it, or why they keep
I
you
think
know,
because it's not typical Marvel action, comedy movie. It's a little bit more dialogue heavy, a little bit more dramatic maybe or
definitely,
serious-ish.
definitely was that.
But
Yeah.
they apparently they don't even reference anything in the MCU except like one time I think they referenced
Thanos.
Thanos, yeah. But that was it.
Yeah,
No, they referenced the blip. They didn't even talk about
yeah,
Thanos. They just
yeah.
referenced the blip.
The Blade. Yeah, because they don't. Because actually, it's a human that asks one of them. When Thanos was here, why you didn't do nothing about it? And that's when they just say, "Look,
Right.
just we were instructed not to,"
Right. And
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 they
a
didn't.
lot of people turned off by the sex scene. They were like, why are we having a sex scene in a Marvel movie? Like, what's going on here? Almega said, no sex needed in a movie that has a good story. Not needed. Focus on story. Uh
That's true.
yeah. And then he said the blip is when Thanos farted, not snapped. But
We can go with that. We can go with that.
yeah.
We can go with that for now. We
We
can go with that. For now.
goddamn thing. All right. Hey buddy, where are you going? Where are you going? You can't be running around town like that, man. You'll end up getting eaten
You'll
by
end
a
up,
cat or something.
end up being a pancake.
Yeah, for the horny
And
people. But yeah, I mean, at least I'm not gonna say that, but look, I think they just there's you got two schools. You got the people that don't appreciate the focus on making it, like a woke, diverse cast where there's one of every kind of person. You've got a school that thinks that was forced and gimmicky, and borderline offensive to those communities. But then you've got another school that didn't care about that. They just thought it wasn't Marvel-y enough, Marvel movie enough, you know. But for me, I don't know. I haven't made my decision yet because I haven't fully seen it. I started to watch it on bootleg, but I don't know. It just wasn't grabbing me to the
Didn't
point that
feel right. Didn't feel right on it. Just
I don't know. It just wasn't grabbing me. It wasn't making me think like this is worth watching, sitting through a bootleg movie with bad, bad
or
video,
bad
audio,
sound or video. Right.
and
Right.
then
Right. No, I
definitely
get
wasn't
that.
worth the movie theater thing. So, but
No, I
who
get that.
listen, a lot of people that I know and respect loved the movie, loved it. So I've got to give it a fair shake. So I don't know. I'm gonna give it a totally open-minded, fair shot and see how it is. If I like it, and I'm gonna be honest about it. But if I don't like it, I don't like it. Don't mean that I'm hating. Like my man, like my
That
man Common.
doesn't mean that you hating. But listen, like I said, I saw it. Thought it was good. Um, I can't say anything bad about it. It is dialogue heavy, but not like to the point where I put it to you like this: right when it starts to get boring, it picks up. Right
Right,
before, it's like literally like you start being like, all right, well, we learned enough, like that. Then it's boom, the action hits you, and the movies like that. It's like dialogue, then action, dialogue, but it always comes just at the right time.
right,
Sort of like when you watch the second Star Wars movie when they had Anakin running around with Padme, and then you were like, all right, you sit in the theater, like, oh my god, like, all right, how long are we gonna do this? And then the next thing you know, boom, the action comes. And you're like, all right, so literally right before it gets boring, the action comes, and that's
right,
the best way I can describe it, just
right.
like that.
And that's important. And that's all that really kind of matters too. So, now speaking of Wu-Tang Clan, nobody mentioned it, but speaking of Wu-Tang Clan, what do we know so far about the season 3 release date? And is it gonna happen? So what we know so far, people in the United States might be familiar with the uh the yard sign that says politicians are temporary, but Wu-Tang is forever.
Yes,
And which
sir.
illustrates just how popular the musicians and lyricists are, and it shows just how much of a legacy that group has earned. Recently, the rappers have both been featured in television series known as Wu-Tang America's Saga, the first season of and the documentary. The first season of the Wu-Tang American Saga premiered on September 4th, 2019, while the second season was September 8th, 2021, and ran through October 27th, boasting an impressive 96% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Very impressive across both seasons. Wu-Tang and American Saga was created with input from original Wu-Tang members, the RZA, and the series about fictionalized version of the group as they grew up in a rough neighborhood eventually became the cornerstone of popular culture. It is a fictionalized version of the group. So it's merch. It's a Wu-Tang show. It's not a show. It's not a Wu-Tang documentary. So it's a show
It's a
that
show.
kind of
Yeah.
uses the characters and makes them into characters with little bit of different stories. So what exactly do we know about season 3 of Wu-Tang American Saga? Here's the rub. When is the release date of Wu-Tang and American Saga going to be? The third and final season has already been confirmed, but we do not have an exact date yet. However, considering the release schedule thus far, we could hopefully see a season 3 of Wu-Tang American Saga sometime in early September of 2022, since Wu-Tang and American Saga has already run 2 successful seasons. The new material really shouldn't take more than a calendar year to produce, but there are always extenuating circumstances, especially in the time of COVID. Both seasons of Wu-Tang have started in September and ended in October, so it's pretty safe to assume that season 3 would probably follow suit in that. Who is the cast of season 3? The cast of
Mm,
season 3 at this point
interesting.
features some of the core members of the Wu-Tang: RZA, Ashton Sanders, Raekwon, Shameik Moore, GZA, Janelle Young, Old Dirty Bastard, TJ Adams, Method Man David Brewster, or AKA Dave East, Ghostface Killer,
TV.
Sadiq Saunderson, Ann Mitchell, Divine Diggs, Julian Elijah Martinez, and Ali Grant, aka Power, Marcus Calendar, have all had strong showing in the 2 seasons thus far. Other cast members likely returning for season 3 include Inspector Deck, Fat Larry, Ja Sun, Uncle Hollis, Master Killer, and You God. The support, and I also think they're going to give us a Capadonna as well. Um, the
That would be good. That would be great.
Hell yeah. The supporting cast of Wu-Tang American Saga 3 is sprawling, and it wouldn't be a surprise to see new faces as well, like Capadonna. But the core cast members are generally set, but there is also a lot of potentials for actors to be replaced, as in the case of
Mhm.
Inspector Deck, like originally was played by Joey Badass in the first season, but the character later went to Yoda Yudi, because Joey Badass took the role on Power Kanan, the Kanan story, which he killed, by the way. That was a phenomenal show and role that he did. Now, the plot of season 3 has been much speculation, but let me see what's going on over here. Almeg is doing things. What does he say? Should
He
be
said
a good.
Echo. It said Stu loved the classic Echo hoodie. Thanks. I was like, thanks.
Hope they dig into the ODB MTV joint when he cashed his welfare check. Yeah,
Did
Larry.
you remember the episode where he was on MTV and I literally thought, like, I watched it, like he had mad kids. He was really on welfare, man. They went down to the store. They
Yeah,
went shopping. He had
I
the
mean, look,
EBT card. He
just
had the food
because
stamps. I was like, yeah,
because he
like, who
didn't.
dirty really on welfare?
Yeah, he was on it before he got the money,
Right.
and they just renew it every year or whatever. So he just still was on it, like, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna still go get money. It's still money." But they weren't hella rich, bro. They weren't, because you got to remember, it's 9 of them. They all got to chop that money up. They don't all get an equal share. So these guys weren't like running around, billionaires or anything like that. But
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Omega said, "Well, Dirty had a hit album, and was on welfare." That's
yeah,
true. That's
yeah. I
true. That's
mean, you can
100.
have a hit album, like even Method Man said, like he was only making like $2,500 a show. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. That's like no money, bro.
And that was when his album was out, I think. But
And he's probably the hottest artist in the world at that time.
mhm.
Like, dang.
Yeah, no, that was when 36 was out. But season 3, though, a lot of people have their ideas of what it should be about. I think it should be about the solos. I think it should just all be about like Raekwon and Ghost going to Barbados recording Cuban Links. It should be Jizza doing Liquid Swords, Meth doing Takao, ODB doing 36. That's what I want to see the show. But Looper says the plot is sure to continue the group's progress for crime and neighborhood antics to full-blown megastars. TJ Adams, who plays Old Dirty Bastard, said, "For the story, you're going to see what unfolds when the different members get signed to different labels." So yeah, it probably will. It's going to be about their solo projects, and we'll see what happens when they really start doing the Wu-Tang thing for real. We're probably going to see tours and shows, a lot of performances and drama for sure, because RZA was making all the decisions. Everybody didn't agree with RZA's decisions. Oh, everybody didn't agree.
No, they
Judging by
didn't.
the quote, it looks like we will see the characters of a Wu-Tang and American Saga begin to take shape. We've all come to know and love. So begin to become the people as we know them. Because so far in the show, this is before we ever knew who they were. But we may also see interpersonal drama as these growing egos clash. Money and fame are some of the biggest motivators for the fictionalized Wu-Tang Clan. So we may also see some out of control excess of the 90s, typical stuff. Either way, the television saga of the ascent of the Wu-Tang Clan shall continue ever onwards. Wu-Tang forever, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I can't. That's another show that for 2022 that I'm mad hype about. Uh, Comic Crusaders. He said Wu-Tang, Jizza, ODB, Ghostface, Raekwon, Meth. That's the order of his favorite albums. Yeah, those are. I mean, that's a solid list right there.
That is a solid list. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an ODB Ghostface requirement. Yeah. Yeah. That is a solid. I mean, I got to put Inspector Deck's album, his first album, in there because I did like Uncontrolled Substance. I really like that, man.
Yeah, it was
Thought
great.
that
It
was a dope album.
had some cool tracks. And I gotta throw the Pillage up there.
Pillage was good, man. Yeah, Pillage was good.
Love the Pillage.
Yeah, Pillage. I like the Pillage too. I thought that was. I didn't. I really Yin and Yang. I thought was okay, but I didn't like it as much as I did the Pillage. Thought it was cool,
Nah,
but
I haven't.
It didn't have the same vibe as the Pillage.
Haven't liked any of his album as much as the Pillage. I
That's
liked
true.
some of them, but
True.
not like the Pillage, man. The Pillage to me is a
Nah, the
classic.
Pillage is quintessential. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
top
classic.
tier for him.
Yeah, that's a classic album. Yeah, man, I think my top 5 Wu albums would probably be Cuban Links, Liquid Swords. Nah, Cuban Links, Supreme Clientele, Liquid Swords.
Yeah, Al said Killer Army. I like Killer Army, man.
Iron
I
Man,
thought Killer Army was
and Forever. Those are my favorite.
okay.
Killer Army was great. Sons of Man was phenomenal.
Yeah, Killer Army was great, man. Listen, I love Killer Army to this day, man. I got their last album, man.
Yeah, El Kappa. That's what we talking about. The Pillage. That's Kappa.
Yeah, Pillage was a hot album, and it came from out of nowhere. When we heard that, we were like, man, Capadonna. Because you remember he was on the one Wu-Tang. I was like, Wu-Tang. It was like featuring Capadonna.
Right.
And then he dropped the Pillage after that, and it was just on and popping, man.
Because when we first heard Capadonna, he was named Cappuccino. If you look at the album cover on Cuban Links, it was the first time he appeared in the Wu-Tang project, and he was Cappuccino.
So was that a typo, or is that?
Nah, it was just you know how they all have aliases. That was just one of his
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino the Great.
Yeah, he rocked it on that album too, man. God, listen, according to Ghost told a story one time where he said Cap bodied the whole Wu. He said they had he said they had a battle. He said, how egos go. He said everybody was around. Everybody was, everybody ego was full of themselves. So he said they started throwing money in the pot. He said pot got up to about 3,000-4,000, and then they had a wrap off. And it was like whoever was the best took the pot. And he said even while they was rhyming, people was still throwing money in the pot. And Ghost said Cap bodied the whole Wu. He said he bodied the whole Wu.
I believe it. Reno
but
Chino.
But he also said that to them, when you break it down to them, they think Capadonna is like to them, Capadonna is like a rap god to them.
He's like a hood star.
Yeah.
And we don't. It's like Inspector Deck. He's not really known to the public as the biggest,
right,
but to them, that's
Deck
their
is
top
like
MC.
that's their top MC. Yeah,
Matt said his top 5. Matt said his top 5 MCs is Deck.
Yeah, I agree with him. He said that. Now Ghost said the same thing about Cap, but he said Cap used to win this show they used to do. He said they used to do in Park Hill. They used to do a talent show every year. He said Cap had this one song that he would do, and everybody would go crazy. He said it's a hood anthem. He said that they made up, and they just did it.
Yeah.
And so to them, Capadonna is like, like we might have our favorites, but to them,
right,
they look at somebody else as being bigger than them, and I think that's dope, man. But Ghost tells a story, man. You go, everybody out in the chat, just go on YouTube, punch it up. He tells a story where he said Capadonna bodied the whole Wu. Yeah. I was like, man, it was a good story too. It was powerful.
Hell yeah, man! I really hope we see him in season 3, man. I hope Capadonna is one of the main ones that they talk about, because he showed up. He was in the first season in the prison scenes, and then he's because he was in jail, right? So they showed that he was in jail. They showed him, in there
because he's supposed to be original. He's supposed to be original Wu member as well.
He would have been, he would have been.
Yeah, but they got Meth. Meth was supposed to be in the Capadonna role, but Meth wound up becoming an original member because Cat was locked up at the time,
Yeah.
and they needed 9 members. RZA shop 9 members, and he said I
Hmm.
couldn't show up. I couldn't show up to the record deal with 8 people. Like here's he said I had to have 9. So he came
Right.
up. Meth took a Cap spot as an original Wu member.
Hmm. Now, speaking of shows and reboots, what do you think about, and have you heard about the Fresh Prince of Bel Air reboot?
I've heard stuff here and there, man. The
What do you?
last thing I heard was that they got the okay to do the reboot. But I haven't heard anything after that, like who was going to be Fresh Prince. Um, how they were going to handle it. Were they going to go back to the beginning or what?
Right.
So it's just, I don't know who's going to play Fresh Prince. That's a good question. Like who's going to be him?
They got the
Where are they
cast
going
out.
to take it from? They got the cast.
Yeah, the cast is out
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Um,
Now, are they gonna go from? Because you know how nowadays they like to. When we got Fresh Prince, the intro song was "What Happened," and then bow, we start out in Bel Air. Nowadays they'll go back to his days in Philly. That'll be a whole season, and then we'll
it's
go to Bel
yeah,
Air.
yeah.
So I'm just more curious to figure out how they're gonna do it.
I think for
Basically.
me, it's like, yeah, like Al said, stop this nonsense, make new shit, stop the fucking reboots, do a show. You Hollywood hacks, do a new show. Uh,
Right.
yeah,
But
there's no
we were
creative.
talking about it earlier. Remember what I said? Remember earlier when I was like, look, I don't know what it is with this generation or the millennials. There's no creativity. Like they don't
Exactly.
create anything. Like it's they like to reboot, rehack, or they saw this and we could do it better. We could do it like this. Um, I mean, I'm waiting for them to remake a different world. I can't wait. I'm waiting around for the day where they say, oh, we got a new different world and new Cosby show coming out.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, man. Just I'm with Al. I'm with Comic Crusaders on that. Give me something new.
absolutely,
Give me
man.
something different. Stop riding the wave. Fresh Prince was a great show. And then when they come out with these, like, when and remember early 2000, they were doing the 70s remakes, and they did Starsky and Hutch, 21 Jump Street, all,
Right,
but people were disappointed at them because they made them all comedies. Like 21 Jump Street wasn't a comedy; it was a good TV show.
right. Yeah,
Like it
they
was
made it
really
into
a
a
good.
stupid. Yeah,
Yeah, they made it into like a comedy. You're like, all right, Starsky and Hutch was a good TV show. They made it into a comedy. You're like, why? Why are we making this into a comedy? Like, let's just
exactly.
just give us the real deal. But Comic Crusaders is right. We need something original. We need some originality. We need something different.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, nobody on Twitter seems to be down with the idea. Um, they don't like it. They're saying things like, let's see.
like here's one for you: Five Deadly Venoms, and everybody in the chat chime in on this one. Do you think they should do a remake of the Five Deadly Venoms? Because it's been thrown out there.
Well, yeah, that's different because that's something that's like old kung fu movie that, that's not something that was just, 20 years ago or whatever. Like, if you can still, if you, if everybody still knows about it, it's like, you don't need to do it. You know what I'm saying? But like, people are not happy about this cast. They showed the cast here, and then I'm trying to get it to pull up all these comments because man, I was like, wow, really? Like people are not happy about it.
All right. What
Maybe I'm
about
not
the
getting it.
Warriors? What about the Warriors? Comic Crusaders. What about the Warriors? Reno.
I
They
think
were
that
they
I think that could
keep
work.
talking about yeah, because they keep talking about remaking the Warriors, but you got people who are diehard fans of the movie, the original movie, and they said we don't need a remake of the Warriors. Like there's no need for a remake of the Warriors.
Yeah, they don't need it. Okay, so they said most diverse cast ever. They're making a joke. They're gonna ruin a classic show. Uh, yeah, why are you doing it? You know, how about remastering the original show for the next generation instead of releasing a cash grab bullshit? OG show will never be beat. Still holds up today, rendering this reboot obsolete before it even releases. Such a disgrace for the original show. Nobody asked for a reboot. Reboot. Leave it alone. Uh, yeah, man. People are just not happy about it. The
Yeah,
cast
nobody wants it.
The cast, I mean, you got Jabari Banks as Will. I don't see it. Adrian Holmes as Uncle Phil. Dude look like he's 32. Like it just don't. He's not no Uncle Phil. Uh, Ali Ali Shola Ali Sholaton as Carlton Banks. That dude looked like a gangster. He looked like a thug. Carlton looked like, you know what I'm saying? He looked like a little schoolboy. You know what I mean? Like this dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, they not capturing it right. Uh, then Jordan Jones as Jazz. Why not pick a real DJ to play jazz? Like, well, give a DJ a job. Uh, for real. Like, come on, man. I don't know. The cast is not The cast is not bold. Well, does not make me think of that this is gonna be a good show. But by any means, that cast looks like uh, I can already tell the show's gonna suck. Straight up. You know it's not gonna be good. I mean, that's the kind of show like I could see like let's do, we're doing you little shit.
Anything all right, man?
Hey, little bastards on some shit today, man. What's wrong with you, dude?
What you give him? Did you give him the nuclear worms or something, man? Is that why he's so?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he grabbed a cricket with some extra juice in it.
Yeah, he's like, man.
Here, man.
He's
Chill. Bugging the fuck out. Now you made me forget my place. What I was saying.
The cast.
The cast.
Diverse.
The cast
People don't like it.
It's not diverse. It's just like they all. I mean, everybody on here is like the same shade of black.
This is true. Well, that too. With that being too, we know they don't want to go. A lot of times with Hollywood, they want to go with, okay, who's popular, who's hot right now, who do we think everybody wants to see? When they did these shows originally, they didn't do that. They went with the best person for the role. And then
but Will Smith created the show. Like it was his deal.
All right.
And I guess he's producing this one too. Which I just don't know why he would do that. It's his I don't know why he would do that.
I don't know
I guess
why
he's
either,
thinking
man.
that's his thing and he would love to see it. If he see that again, but I thought he was smarter than that, man. I thought he would realize it's not going to be that again. It's not going to, it's not going to be that same vibe. It's not going to be anything the same. I mean, it's just going to ruin what was out there. But that's what I was saying about X-Men. Like, X-Men was great in the 90s. They could do it great right now. But the writers and the people that are in charge of this kind of stuff now just do not seem to be doing anything right. It's like
they're trying to meet an agenda. Like what was that discussion we had about producers and rappers? And you were like, look, and you said it. You was like, look, why can't the producer just stop trying to make beats for the rapper and just give us his best work and let the rapper do it after that?
Right.
Which I agree with. And why can't we just have these people that produce and write these shows give us your best work?
And give us someone who's a fan of the work. Like, give us someone who's a fan of the source material. Because if you're
going to redo
a fan of X-Men and you're going to redo it, you're going to know what to use, what to show. Al Mega's bouncing. Salute, brother. Thank you for coming through, man.
All right, Al
Mega, man, and Comic Crusaders.
One
love.
Yeah, like Young Justice was the same thing. Outsiders, it was not hitting, but it just was not hitting.
No.
Um, hopefully, I haven't watched the new one yet, the new season. Hopefully, it's better than Outsiders because Outsiders was boring. Um, it didn't make sense. The whole premise of Outsiders is something that has to do with Batman. It has nothing to do with Young Justice or even the
Mm,
Justice League.
mm.
So for that, for that, I'm with you. Just give me, if you're gonna give me a reboot or a remake or something, give me something good. I
Well,
don't give me.
speaking of Wu-Tang, we was just talking about you remember Remedy?
I mean, nah, I don't remember Remedy.
He was the white Wu-Tang member.
Nah, I
Nah,
don't
you don't
remember.
remember, you don't remember Remedy?
Nah, I don't remember Remedy. Nah,
That made you laugh too. Nah, okay.
nah.
He's a Jewish cat. He had that song "Never
Okay.
Again." Will we walk? Will we march to the? Talking about the Holocaust.
No, sir.
Like never again. Okay, it's a dope track. Look up "Never Again" by Remedy. It's on one of the Wu Tang albums, and Remedy enlists Ghostface Killer, Capadonna, and Conway the Machine for his new track "Pulpit." Longtime Wu-Tang Clan affiliate Remedy has announced his new album will hit digital streaming platforms November 26th. Remedy Meets Wu-Tang, Remedy's first solo album, boasts features from Wu-Tang members on nearly every track. And in the following upcoming Spectre Deck assisted Death Defying, the first single off the Remedy Meets Wu-Tang, the Never Again rapper is back with another album cut, this time dropping off the pulpit. Remedy's deep-rooted ties with Wu-Tang Clan covers over 20 plus years. Despite several major label offers, he insisted on releasing his own solo debut, The Genuine Article, in 2001. Independently, it went on to sell over 100,000 units. Remedy also exclusive produced Inspector Deck's Manifesto album in 2010, The Ninth Chamber in 2019, as well as Capadonna's The Struggle in 2003, and Return of the Swarm in 2010. He was actually, that's where I know him from. He's on the album The Swarm. Did you ever hear the Wu-Tang album The
Oh, the
Swarm?
Swamp. That's my
Yeah.
favorite album. It's one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, it's a
Swamp was jump.
compilation of affiliates, and he's on there. He's got the song Never Again. It's a pretty dope track, though. Remedy executive produced Ghostface Killers in 2019. That's one of my favorite Ghost albums. And he appeared in RZA's domestic violence film. Now, after nearly 2 decades and what is sure to be a purist delight, Remedy is back to announce his latest album, Remedy Meets Wu-Tang. So they call him like a purist's delight because his music is going to be something that Wu-Tang purists like us are going to dig. You know what I mean? It's not it's that good old official classic Wu-Tang sound. Remedy Meets Wu-Tang includes appearances from Wu-Tang's finest, including Ghostface Killer, RZA, Method Man, Inspector Deck, Capadonna, Master Killer, Shaheem, Killer Priest, and Conway the Machine, among others. I can't wait. You can now pre-order and add and favorite Remedy Meets Wu-Tang at your preferred DSP.
Okay, I'm looking at it now. I might have to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
man.
have to check out his work because you got the Genuine Article that came out in '01. You
Mhm.
got Cool Red was '03. It all comes down to this 2010 and Remedy versus Wu-Tang to be announced. So
Yeah, like I was
I'm
saying,
gonna have to go check it out. I'm gonna have to go check it out.
he executive produced Inspector Deck's Manifesto album in 2010. He executive
Manifesto was
produced
good. I
the
like the
ninth.
Manifesto.
He executive produced the Ninth Chamber in 2019, as well as Capadonna's The Struggle in 2003 and Return of the Swarm in 2010. He also executive produced Ghostface Killers album in 2019. That was the one.
Ghostface Killers was a hot album.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah. Now,
You was reading. I
not
was saying.
not to be a hater, really hater, but the remix that Bronze Nazareth did for that album was even hotter. It was even hotter. But the
Yeah,
album was
that
hot.
was dope.
Ghostface Killers was hot.
Damn right.
But the remix that he did was dope.
Yeah, man. With features from feature verses from Capadonna and Ghostface Killer, as well as Conway the Machine. The Pulpit is a dark, grimy track reminiscent of hip hop's golden age. Connecting Buffalo to Staten Island, The Pulpit is another Griselda Wu crossover for fans of New York hip hop to hang over their mantle. I mean, Just over 3 minutes. The record is bar spitting clinic. Oh, is a bar spitting clinic and a preview of what's to come on Remedy's Remedy Meets Wu-Tang album. Quotable lyrics are hip hop's holiest gunning soloist, sun unloading clips. The remedy you're left with sudden loneliness and my condolences. Check out the pulpit below.
When niggas hustle all night, goons be shooting shit, keep your family in the house, locking doors at night. Every hood where I come from, the wars are light. This is the street light right here in the pulpit. When niggas hustle all night, goons be shooting shit, keep your family in the house, locking doors at night. Every hood where I come from, the wars are light. I cook the best work, my shit sell well. Fingertips blistered all night. Jack 12 12s. Mama said your bullshit gon' get you in a jail cell. Fuck it, long as money on my books and I get mail still. I ain't trippin'. Yeah. I'm the nigga you gotta check for. Your whole set just suck my dick. I don't respect y'all. Child time shots got his razor in the mess hall. Yeah. Or he gon' poke you in the neck and a wreck y'all. Yeah. My other homie got a 2 to 4. Most of my shooters locked up, so I'm recruiting more. That means all summer long they gon' be shooting more. All I gotta do is yo, we used to bubble in the winter. Bulletproof beds, even the skelly was bulletproof. Triple sack gooses, clips longer than the umbilicals. 4 crisp yellow coops, rocket launchers to push your liver roll. Through the roof, sex, money, murder, the name of the dust. Your mother come serving her, she buy all my stuff. Jury scopes it out, motion, Gilligan, talent, heavy chains, 100 G's.
Now that shit banging, B.
Now is that out now or no?
This is out now.
Okay. And that's on what? That's on
That was Ghostface. That's on Remedy's Remedy Meets Wu-Tang album. This song is called The Pulpit. And that was Ghost we heard. This is Remedy right here.
The remedy, you're left in sudden loneliness. My condolences. I'm from the era where they told you run your polo shits. Estates of Key Largo where the ocean is. Couple Dobermans. We connect little fuse quick. Put you in a news clip. New whip. Griselda Wu shit. New shit. Yeah, so listen while I'm speaking. True shit. I make money while I'm sleeping. I see that everything's been realized. Life's tragic. False prophecy. Amounts of money or magic.
I would have to listen. I had to sit down and decipher it. I gotta take it apart. Gotta do my thing, but
Oh yeah. We gotta study that. We gotta cut it up, chop it up, dissect the lyrics.
yeah, see what Remedy's all about. I never I mean everything you mentioned, I've listened to and all that, but I didn't know, Remedy, people you said Remedy, I was like, Remedy who? Like
I
I
had
ain't
no
never heard of that
idea.
joke.
I had no idea he did all of that. That he was, that much a part of like their albums, executive producer. I only thought he just did one song. I just knew of him from one song that was called Never Again, which look up Never Again. That was on the Swarm. But that's all I knew of him. Because I was
Right.
and I remembered him. His name stuck because I remember listening to the track and I'm listening to it and I'm not thinking nothing of it, but then I'm listening to what he's saying and he's like, never again will we walk to the, and I'm thinking he's like talking about the Holocaust, and then I started to get chill bumps, because he was painting this picture of Holocaust, survivors or concentration camp, prisoners being marched to their deaths in like, gas showers and all of that. Like, and the way he painted it was so vivid. And I was like, and it was mad creative too, the way because
He
I
did
never
it,
heard
yeah.
nobody do a rap about the Holocaust like that. And
Okay.
so I just remembered it, man. And I was like, well, what's his name? Remedy. And I was like, okay. And I said, this is a Jewish cat. Like, this is a white dude. So yeah, but that's all I knew. I didn't know he did an album in 2001. I didn't know none of
Me
that.
either. Not me either. Because the only Jewish rapper I knew was Search.
Right,
MC
right.
Search. I was like, yeah, I was like, that was it, bro. And I think is Logic Jewish or no?
Nah, Logic is mixed.
Okay.
He's half
Yeah,
black.
but I knew okay, because we knew Search was Jewish because he always said it. He said it just
Nah,
about
Logic.
everything he was on.
Yeah, Logic is like my son. He's mixed, but he took more of the light skinned side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Logic is dope. Logic is pretty dope too, man.
Yeah, man. Nah,
Yeah,
Logic
Logic.
is a beast.
Evidence is dope.
Beast.
Yeah, evidence is dope.
But see,
Logic is dope.
I can't call. See, that's and Logic don't like that shit either. He talked about it. I don't call Logic a white rapper.
Nah.
Nah, hell nah. He's mixed.
Yeah, I can't. See, I don't know. I didn't know
A
if he was
mixed
white.
dude. Listen,
I
a
didn't know.
mixed,
I didn't know. You know.
I know a lot of people do. A lot of people think he's white, but he's mixed. You know, his dad is black, and a lot of people, like okay, in the hood, like growing up in the hood, I noticed mixed cats would be called white boy or cats call him, fuck with him, call him white. But in the white world, those mixed dudes are as black as any black man. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's still a black man. Like it's like my son. He might be the lightest of all his friends, but I know when we are out in public and it's white people and all of that, like he's black. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no question. So I can't call a mixed dude white. I can't do it because they go through the same thing any other black person goes through. But that's why I don't do that. That's why I don't call Logic white.
I didn't know what Logic. You know, man. Not to be disrespectful, I didn't know what Logic was.
Oh no, yeah, no.
I thought he was Jewish or something, man. I didn't know. I just like, but I had never really. I heard of Logic, but I had never really listened to none of his music. But everybody would talk about it, and then when he just came out with this last joint, I was like, let me check it out. I checked it out, and then I never listened to none of his music. I would hear about him all the time, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I just never
You gotta
listened to
check out. I'm gonna send you some Logic albums.
it. I listened to the last one he came out with, and I listened to like I think it was one more. Like, I just bounced around a couple songs.
I
listened
didn't
to
really
him,
like
I was
his
like,
last.
all right.
I didn't really like his last one as much. I think the one that I really dug was there's one with him on the cover, like with his boys, and they're flying a spaceship. It's like them. It's like you looking through the windshield of a spaceship of them flying towards you, kind of thing.
Really?
And it's drawn like a comic book, kind of like it's drawn. But that album is definitely one of my favorite Logic albums.
What about Evidence? Listen,
I've never heard of him.
listen. Nah. Bro.
See, now you got to talk to Ed Santos. Ed Santos, shout out Ed Santos, Full Blast Tribe. He knows all the white rappers. Like he's constantly posting white rappers. Nah, no bullshit.
No, I'm not. I'm just not the bad way. I'm not. I'm just saying like.
Ed Santos is official on them white rappers. Like he knows all of them. Like and the dope ones. Like I don't, but he be putting me onto a lot of shit. Like I'll be like, okay, them dudes is dope. It's called Logic, The Incredible True Story. That's the name of the
2015, right?
That's a good one. I think No Pressure is good.
Yeah, that's 2020. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. That's the one I listened to. I didn't listen.
Did you YSIV?
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah, that's
what is that? Young. What is that? Young S. Is that 4?
No,
Young Sinatra 4. Yeah, YSIV. Young
Yeah.
Sinatra 4 is the 4th studio album.
Yeah.
And it was on Def Jam, the album art featuring. Yeah. That one I listened to a couple of tracks off of.
Yeah, Bobby
'Cause I'm
Tarantino.
looking at the cover. Yeah.
I think I like his 2014, 2015, 2016 stuff. I didn't really go past that. I don't think. I think everybody was good too. No, yes, everybody is good too. So yeah, 2014, 15, 16, 17. So Under Pressure, The Incredible True Story, Bobby Tarantino, and Everybody are all great albums. Like I became a fan. Like I was a Logic fan for a minute. Like they're dope.
Really?
Yeah, bro, dude is
Yeah.
nice. Like I don't. You can say what you want. Dude is nice. Like can't nobody fuck with
Oh
him.
no, the
Like
stuff I heard by Logic, I can't
dude is
say it was
nice.
whack. Like I heard
Word.
some nice stuff by him, but I
He's
just
lit.
never. I was just never a fan. I ain't gonna even say a fan. I like, it was just never a thing where I'd be like, oh man, Logic. I was looking for his album. Like if it came across my radar when I was, when I'm out there in those digital streets, I would listen to it. I'd be like, all right, this is dope. And then I'll go check out some other stuff. But I can't say anything bad about Logic. I just
Nah,
don't own any of his music, not yet anyway. But
yeah. Nah. Logic is dope. Like Logic is nice. I first saw him on like a freestyle, like a BET. It was like a BET battle, like of up and coming new young artists and shit. They was doing like a battle thing where they was playing their music, like playing a little, like they would come out and do a little battle, like a freestyle battle and shit. That's where I first noticed him, and I was like,
no,
"Whoa,
okay.
whoa, this cat is nice!" Like I couldn't believe how nice he was. He's like one of those lyricists. To me, he's like what Eminem could have been.
That's saying a lot, bro.
That's saying a
That's
lot
saying a
because
lot. Yeah,
Eminem
that's saying a lot.
Eminem is someone that I never got into. I never liked just because of his content and his kind of his voice isn't that pleasing to my ear. Like I just don't like it. He sound like Big Bird or something. The way he talk. But that takes nothing away from his skill and his talent.
Right.
He's got the skill and talent, lyrically wise, lyrically Eminem. You can't say nothing. You can't front on Eminem, lyrical talent wise. The content, the stuff he talks about most of the time, and the beats he uses are very
Are they hip
comical.
hop?
They're
Are they
comical.
hip hop? Or
Nah,
are they
more
more
like
like Black Album? Are they hip hop or Black Album?
no, they're not Black Album.
Oh, well,
They're
we'll
not
leave
hip
me with
hop.
that.
Black Album is dope. Black Album is dope.
Mm, mm, mm.
The Black Album is not gritty, dirty, like grimy, like hardcore hip hop music. It's more of like symphonic, like they went full on production, full on like upper echelon of
Mm,
he was
mm,
making his final album. He was
mm,
making his
mm.
last album, so he went all out and he got the big producers and he made the big imperial beats. You had like Rick Rubin was on there, like what I mean, like he did his thing with that album. I get what you say because it's not grimy, it's not hip hop, hardcore hip hop, but it wasn't meant to be. It's meant to be like, you know what I mean? Like it was that's what it was. So and I respect it for that.
You know what,
Eminem
man?
music is more like a
You
cartoon.
saved that for a live show. Like, if you want to go out like that, you do that album live and you only do it live. You do
I
that.
mean, he
But
did it. He did it
for the
live, but
fans, we want hip hop. We want
I
hardcore.
think that's why he came back. I think that's why he came back.
All right, so did you like 444?
Yeah. I
Mm.
can't say it's one of my favorite.
You like it better? All right, between 444 and the Black Album, which one you like more?
Black Album.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you rank 444 and on the album, the Jay-Z algorithmic album chart?
Not top 5.
Okay, I can go with that. I can definitely go with that.
Not top 5. Maybe top 10, maybe.
Okay.
Like
He's only
Jay's
got one.
album. Well, we got Reasonable Doubt,
Right.
American Gangster, Blueprint, maybe the volumes, the Life and Times, and all of that.
What about you said Blueprint? What, 1 and 2, right?
I ain't say 2 yet.
Okay, just Blueprint 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Reasonable Doubt, American Gangster, Blueprint. the volumes. Like Dynasty was ill. Blueprint 2 is dope. The Gift and the Curse. Black Album. Man, I don't know. After that, it gets hazy, man. It gets
hazy.
Get hazy, man. Like 444, Magna Carta,
You got Kingdom Come,
3, Kingdom Come. Like it's like they gets muddled.
American Gangster.
No, American Gangster was my number 2.
Oh, that's your number 2?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's hard, man.
I think it was Jay's number 2. Jay-Z did his own albums. He was like Blueprint, or say he was like he said Reasonable Doubt.
Because you got 3 blueprints. You got Blueprint 1, 2, and 3.
American Gangster. Yeah,
Right,
Blueprint 3 was like it falls into the like after it gets muddled after that, Magna Carta.
You got Best of Both Worlds.
Best. I don't do R. Kelly. I never did.
That was hot. Best of Both Worlds was hot, bro. You can't take it. Was better than Black Album.
Not to me.
Take nothing away. Listen, you can't take nothing away from those.
I don't fuck with R. Kelly. I don't like his music. Like, let me tell you something.
All right. What about Magna Carta? What about Magna Carta? 50 Cent
take that back.
Magna Carta.
There's an R. Kelly album that is one of my favorite R&B albums of all time. It's the only R. Kelly album I rock with, and that's R. Kelly's R. Kelly. Right?
Okay.
With Religious Love, Step in My Room, like that album to me was crazy.
The double album.
I don't like nothing else. No, it's not. No, it wasn't no double album.
I thought the double album was called R. Kelly.
Why
not? Okay.
I don't know what album he did was double.
He did a double album. He did a double album.
Yeah, I mean maybe
that's the one with Half on the Baby, Get Up on the Room. What else was on there? When a Woman's Fed Up. Come on, man. You can't front on those jams.
I'm gonna tell you the jams.
Blaze was probably born off of one of those jams.
I'll tell you the jams. He was born. I'm gonna tell you the jams. It's called R. Kelly. It came out in what? Oh, they don't want to tell me now. Okay, where you at? I guess I'm gonna have to go to Wikipedia on there. Discography. Okay. Yeah, R. Kelly was his second album. It was 1995. He did 12 Play.
That's 12 Play. That's the one with Public Announcement.
He did 12 Play. That was all right. But my favorite is the one that has You Remind Me of Something. I Can't Sleep, Baby.
Okay.
Right.
The remix for that was
Step in My Room. Tempo Slow.
So you saying Blaze was born off of that? You saying Blaze was born off of that album, basically?
Nah, because really that album was way before. That was 95. Like Blaze was born in 04.
So he was born off of
way later.
Off of Lisa and the Coat Jam.
You talking about 84? I said 04.
Okay. Oh, 04. Oh, okay.
He said Lisa and Coat Jam.
So he was born off of that. You might have been reminiscing one night. Took it back.
We did take it back a lot too. So could have been R. Kelly. Could have been Religious Love and Step in My Room. Could have been some of that in there because we definitely.
Because R. Kelly got a song where he talked about that. Where he said, "Look, y'all don't give me no respect, but a lot of kids was born off of my songs. Like he break that down. And when you go back and you think about it, you like, no, this joke is kind of right. You know?
Yeah. Nah, you can't listen. I know that R. Kelly is is easily one of the most beloved R&B artists in the world. Hands down. People love him.
Right.
I just like that all that like people love that fucking song. What he did with Space Jam. What was that? Like I believe I can
fly. I believe I can fly. Oh yeah, bro. Step in the Name of Love.
Garbage to me, bro. I hate that shit.
Which one? Step in the Name of Love?
Yeah, I hate that. I hate I
Yeah,
believe I
people
can
love
fly.
stepping in them. Yeah,
People
bro.
love that shit. And I'm not saying like I
Yeah,
know
I
people
believe I
want
could fly. Yeah,
to.
they did love that. I believe. What was the other one they loved too? Gotham City. They loved that. Um,
Yeah.
that was a jam. What was you know which one I got tired of? What's the one? You remind me of my G.
Yeah, they
That
played the
that
shit out of
bruh,
that.
they played the hell. Listen, you couldn't turn on the radio without hearing that.
Bump and grind.
Bump and Grind was another one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Honey Love was another one they played out.
Honey Love
They
was
played
fire.
out. Honey Love was fire, but they played it in the hole. I mean, I
Yeah, they
still listen
played it
to
up.
it to this day, but they played it out.
Right.
There was one more, they used to play all the time.
Shout out Herbert
Ignition,
Carpenter. What is it? Oh God.
Ignition,
Remix to
Ignition.
Ignition.
Yes,
Fresh out.
remix to Ignition.
How about
Yeah.
that dumbass? Listen, I'm sorry if anybody loves it. That dumbass soap opera with the midgets. Come on. With the little
Oh, you mean the
it's stuck in the
Trapped
closet.
in the
Trapped in the
Closet?
closet.
Yeah,
Silly, man.
Trapped in the.
People
That
act
was
like it was
entertaining.
nah, bro. People act like that shit was musical genius.
It was entertaining, bro. I can tell you that
Fucking
much.
corny.
It was very,
It's
it
silly.
was very entertaining.
Goofy. The only thing what I didn't like about R. Kelly's style was he sung words that should only be spoken.
Okay,
If you follow
maybe
me.
that's the genius behind his music.
That was his thing. He would sing words that like okay, yeah, like you that's not song. Those aren't. It's not a song sentence. Like you don't just sing that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It just didn't. I just didn't. Just never was a fan. You know. So
Yeah.
never was a fan.
Man, listen, I like R. Kelly.
I was an Aaron Hall guy. See, I'm mad at R. Kelly because he took Aaron Hall's spot.
Hey, that's rough, bro. That's rough. Man. That's powerful too, bro. Because
Oh shit.
I can't even listen. I can't even name. I like Aaron Hall.
Huh?
I can't take nothing. I can't take nothing away. But he wasn't as big as R. Kelly, bro. He was
They were
big,
neck
but he
and neck
didn't.
at the
He wasn't
time.
R. Kelly big.
It was they were at one point in time when they both dropped, they were it was like a battle to see who was gonna they both were the bald head dudes with the goatee.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah. I remember.
I
Hey, listen,
miss you. I'm talking to you, baby. Come on, man.
but listen, but you couldn't even like. Let's say if you know how everybody likes to do the verses now. You couldn't even do a verses with R. Kelly and Aaron Hall
Nah,
because
he
Aaron Hall
knocked
don't
him
have
out the
enough
box.
hits. He don't
He
have enough
knocked him out.
hits.
R. Kelly knocked him out the box. Like he was over. R. Kelly just ruined his career. It was over. He never got. I don't even think he got a platinum album. His second album definitely. I don't even know if he did a second album. I don't know nothing about Aaron Hall after that first.
Aaron Hall. After
I
that first,
miss
now I
you.
will say I like the Nasty Man. Was it Nasty Man's Game or whatever? That was dope on the Juice soundtrack.
Oh,
That
word.
was dope. I like that.
Yeah,
Listen, I like
soundtrack.
Aaron Hall, and I can't say nothing bad about him, man.
No.
But he just don't. I just don't remember him having. I don't remember having hits, man.
Nah,
Like
I'm telling you, I Miss You was his big hit. And it was like right when that song
no,
came out.
I know I know the song, but
Yeah,
he
it was
only
him and
got
R. Kelly. But that was it.
yeah solo. He only got 3 albums: Truth, Inside of You, and Adults Only. That's it.
And when did those
That's
second two come out?
98 and 05.
Yeah,
93
cool.
was The Truth. 98
Right.
was Inside of You.
See,
And 05 was Adults Only.
he was out first, and then R. Kelly came, and then
Nah, R.
everybody
Kelly
was
was
like,
out in the 90s. R. Kelly was out in the 90s, brother. Because he
Aaron
got
Hall's
the
first
album Born
album was
into the 90s.
93.
Well, so was R. Kelly was about 93, 92? Maybe 94. I'll say 92.
Yeah. Let's see. R. Kelly came out, his first joint.
98. Nah.
No,
Because he had to join with public. Well, remember, he had to join with public announcement.
his first. Yes, they both came out in 93. I knew it. So that's because they both came out at the same time. But I think Aaron
Oh, no,
Hall
we wasn't. Well, we
first.
wasn't disputing that. But what we were saying was that
They was both
R.
bald
Kelly
head
just
ghost
took off,
cats.
man. R. Kelly just took off,
He
man.
took
He
off.
just
He
he
flew
took
off.
off, man.
Yeah, he took off. And listen, I still don't know why.
Yeah, he got. I mean, look at all the albums he has, man. It's like, bro, you can't listen.
Tons of albums and tons
He
of
got an album. He got an album called The Buffet.
I just don't know
Like,
why.
he got an album called Untitled. He didn't even give it a title. He just threw an
'cause you don't
album
have
out
to.
there.
You didn't have to.
Oh, man. He got Happy People, Double Up, R. Kelly, Black Panties. You know you're a serious artist if you got Black Panties. That's an album cover name. Come
Yeah.
on now, born in the 90s, TP3.
You know you're a serious
Man.
artist when you got midgets jumping out the kitchen cabinets, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
You know,
agree.
you're a serious
I agree.
guy. You're
I
official
agree.
musician right there. That's
I agree. I
pure
agree.
art. Pure art. True art. Nah,
I agree.
he didn't have the makings of a varsity athlete, in my opinion. But what are you gonna do?
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, listen. You
The
right.
voice-
Aaron Hall was a dope artist. I can't take nothing away from him. I really can't.
Yeah.
But as far as like everything
There
goes,
was
Kelly
a
just
time when you had Aaron Hall people and R. Kelly people, right? It was like, I remember that in like 93, it was a thing. And I was an Aaron Hall dude. So I never, but R. Kelly's 95 album is a classic. I'll play it to this day. I love that album, but it's all I like. I don't like nothing else that he's done before or after. All right.
so sad.
It
so
is.
sad. So sad. So sad.
Yo. All right, y'all.
So
I think we hitting that 2-hour mark, man. It's been a wonderful day, wonderful show. I thank everybody for hanging out and kicking it in the chat and for coming and checking us out. And for everybody that's watching this on the Pondy replay, still watching it at 1 hour and 57 minutes later, we salute you. And we will see y'all Wednesday for indie hip hop and comics.
Let's be real.
All right. Catch me on Instagram at 6th_element_comics and shop with me and the Madmen of Comics for a chance at a $1,500 short box full of comics, 5 slabs, slab stands, the whole 9 free. You don't have to pay to get a spot on the wheel. Just shop with us. Just spend $50 with me on the Instagram on the Glam sale, and you get a free spot on the wheel. Every time you spend $50, you get another free spot on the wheel. So check us out for sure, man. All right, y'all. Peace.